Well, good morning everyone. Any ideas where Camilla and I are at today? A brand new RSPB reserve on Camilla and I. Anyway, a quick flip you around, see if you can guess. We're an hour and 10 minutes away from Salisbury, and give you another clue, we're in Somerset. And quick flip you around. This is the entrance. Well, we're just going up some sort of little viewing area, I think, to start with. So never been here before, so I haven't got a clue. Five great white egrets. What a start to the day. Don't know if you can make those out. One thing, but yeah, literally 5 great white egrets have just taken off from the reed beds. Obviously roosted overnight. Incredible. Anyway, have you guessed where we are yet? So this is brand new to Camilla and I. We're at RSPB Grey Lake. Yeah, this is just totally new to Camilla and I. I'll flip you around and you can follow me into the reserve. Yeah, so we're just following, I suppose, in the footsteps of one other photographer. I don't know where they've gone, but hopefully we won't disturb them, so I won't make too much noise. Anyway, this is the Grey Lake notice board. I suggest I better take a picture of this with my mobile phone. Yeah, so I've got a bit of a bad back today. That's the other reason we use the stealth gear trolley, because it does help carry the gear. And anyway, we started here, and what attracted me was this easy trail all the way around here, all the way over here. 700 metre circular trail, which I thought we'll do today to try out Grey Lake, because it does seem a marvellous reserve. So anyway, let's crack on. Wow, I just set a heron off there, the grey heron. Obviously, being new to a reserve, I've got no idea where to go. So anyway, of course, you boulder along to the first lake and set off grey heron. So note grey heron in the pond, first on the right, first thing in the morning. Okay. Wow. I must admit, first impressions of this nature reserve, first thing in the morning, it looks superb. Very well maintained, and a great path for the Camilla wagon. Quick flip you around. Yeah, look at that lovely, even path, not even gravel. And lovely little bits. Look at this. For a viewing area over the lake here. Cool. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? God, you could just sit there all day long, couldn't you? Absolutely brilliant. Of course, we've got no idea what's around here at all. So we could be disturbing a bittern. As we are, we're disturbing a couple of moorhens. But yeah. Isn't that brilliant? So don't use the Drove Road, because there are cattle frequently going up and down it. It's like the M1. Ooh, honest. Anyway, we have to stick to the paths. So very good. And who would want to go on the roadway anyway when you've got a beautiful path like this to go down? So we're starting off today on the easy 700 metre wheelchair access path. So and it's absolutely brilliant. I must admit, this is the best surface the Camilla wagon has gone over for some time. Look at that surface. Flip it around. Yeah, look, it's a well laid sort of tarmac. So, yeah, brilliant. Easy access. So there's parking for about 25 cars, but there are absolutely no facilities. So, yeah, don't expect a cup of tea here, or hire of a pair of binoculars. Bring your own. Oh, just thinking I've forgotten mine again. Don't know how I do it. So I think there's a couple of fixed hides, and there's a couple of screens as well here. So anyway, we'll have a good look round. We've got all day, well, all morning I suppose. So we'll see what's about. Coming up to something now. Coming up to a wattling fence. Yeah. And oh, just disturbed a warbler, I think, on the left there. Well, made it to the first hide. The lookout hide. Ooh, and it looks beautiful. Yeah, certainly well maintained hide here. Somebody's lost their mobile phone, so yeah, contact that number. Okay. Wow, just some of the highlights we can expect to see at Grey Lakes. Wow. Obvious kingfisher post. Very well positioned. Wow, already very impressed with the lookout hide here at Grey Lake. It's a very impressive hide, and they put out a superb post for a kingfish to land on. Yeah, just set up here. And today, because we're scouting the area and no idea what it was like, today I brought the Sony A1 with the 200 to 600mm lens. I thought I needed a bit more reach. I normally go for the 100 to 400, but this reserve, it looked like the pictures that I'd seen online looked like they were taken at a bit of a distance. So I've gone for the 200 to 600, and because I'm packing the trolley, if I didn't know the reserve at all, if I didn't know there was a trail in which I could trug around the trolley, I wouldn't have brought the 2.2 kilogram lens. I would have gone for the 1.5 kilo lens and just walked around the reserve with the chest holders. But this is absolutely gorgeous this morning, gorgeous. So I must admit I could stay all day, I think, in this lookout hide alone, and probably would on another occasion. But I've noticed below the perch, excellent perch it is, there is quite a bit of weed. So whether the kingfisher does actually hunt from there, I haven't seen one yet this morning, so I'm not sure it actually uses that perch at the moment. So anyway, so we'll move on. I want to show you a bit more of the reserve, so onward. So the reserve, just bumped into John, who actually helped develop the original Grey Lake Reserve, so that was rather useful. And anyway, he tells me that it's mostly grassland interspersed with reed beds. So yeah, absolutely phenomenal. And yeah, apparently needs a bit of attention at the moment. So yeah, give it a bit more attention, RSPB. But yeah, it still looks superb. Anyway, we left John to it there because he seems to be doing a nice bit of quiet photography. You can't really vlog when somebody's there in the hide, and yeah, that was very nice. So we've seen the two principal hides, and now we're going to head back towards somewhere else. Okay, right, yeah, we're crossing this Drove Road again. So yeah, crossing the Drove Road. Quick flip around. Yeah, crossing the Drove Road. Going through this gate here. Yeah, crossing the Drove Road. And oh, great white, don't know if you can see it there on this small little screen. Great white flying over the reserve. So it was 5. So it was 5 great whites. Apparently they're quite a success story here. Okay. Anyway, we're going to go on the reed bed loop now. So yeah, over this treacherous bit of grass. So yeah, let's give this reed bed loop a go. Anyway, I better shut up because I haven't actually photographed anything yet because I'm too noisy. Shh. Well, I just set up here because there was a great white egret in the field, so I was able to get a little bit of footage of the great white egret, and when it took off, so got a little bit of flight action. I've got to stop moving on because every time I go to move on, something else flies by. So yeah, only a grey heron, but yeah, just a little flyby of a grey heron. So ooh, just makes you wonder what's going to fly by next. Ooh. Well, make sure you watch the end of this video, folks, because boy, did we get some action at the end of the day. Ooh. Lucky. Well, we've made it round to the probably the furthest hide from the entrance. This sort of watling fence, which made into a beautiful hide here at Grey Lake, and we're overlooking the greatest distance from the entrance. Which, yeah, so it looks something like this. I mean, it's quite nice. It's a little bit overgrown in front, could do with a bit of cutting back here, folks. But yeah, should still overlook the flight path, potentially, of a marsh harrier. So another great little area to photograph from with a purpose-built blind. Superb. Well, I just spotted a buzzard on the way back down this rather exposed path behind me here. So I was just walking along here and I spotted a buzzard over here. Not the tree on the left hand side, but the small tree right in the middle of the screen, which is pretty well dead. Anyway, I decided to walk along normally, whistling as I went. Well, not quite whistling, but stealthily as I could, until I got to a gap in the trees. And this is where a bit of fieldcraft came in. Because normally buzzards are off like a shot, but by finding this gap in the branch, I was able to position the camera low enough. Quick flip you around. I was able to position the camera low enough to focus between the branches of the green tree at the front, and by doing that I was able to get a bit of video of the buzzard in the tree before it flew down. So yeah, a little bit of fieldcraft, just stealthily walk along and try and find some natural cover, and in this case it was photographing between two branches. If I'd just stopped and taken a shot, the buzzard would have been off like a shot. So yeah, a little bit of fieldcraft. Don't often do it on Camilla and I, but yeah, sometimes it even comes into play at a nature reserve. Well, very surprised. A whole load of photographers turned up this morning, and basically here at Grey Lake, the two hides seem to be the best areas for photography. Even had a sparrowhawk last week, and a bittern made an appearance, even walking across the back of the hide, apparently. Unbelievable. Anyway, yeah, as usual. But I must admit, on our visit here at the moment at Grey Lake, we have got absolutely nothing at all. Bit of footage of a buzzard, some great white egret in a field, but nothing. Might have seen the sparrowhawk, but it flew over the top of the hide, and not even sure it was. There's a couple of snipe which are really well hidden, and yeah, basically there's absolutely nothing, and I've got 0 shots so far. So any shots I do get, I'll put at the end of this video. But if you are coming to Grey Lake, the best photographic spots seem to be the two hides. Ooh, cattle egret flying off, but no, can't even get that. Can't even get a cattle egret today. Unbelievable. Yes, that's a great nature reserve, RSPB Grey Lake. So definitely recommend the top two hides without a shadow of a doubt. They are definitely the best photographic ones with the sun at your back. Apparently in winter they are absolutely freezing because they don't get the sun on them, and they're quite exposed. So yeah, wear your thermals if you come in winter. But yeah, so guys, we've got a marsh harrier about 400 or 500 yards off, so really close, if only. Anyway, it's going to swoop towards us in a minute, flying low over the reeds. Well, on the way home now, folks, and yeah, did we get any shots? Boy, did we get some shots in the end. Oh, target 3 birds in the end, and what can you guess I got? September, mid-September, here at Grey Lake. Well, we got the marsh harrier, and we got a late hobby, and then the piece de resistance, we got a flying bittern. Unbelievable. So yeah, remember, watch to the end, because yeah, we got the shots in the end, all in a brief 15-minute spell. So I've been here all morning, and then at about 1:25 all the action happened. So yep, never give up, folks. Thanks for watching a new reserve for Camilla and I, Grey Lake, and yeah, have a good one. Bye from Camilla and I.